Welcome back to Apollo Justice, and we're on the 30th part now, and now we got to bring in Lamiroir.
Yay.
Time to
Who
settle
we got
things
rid of
straight.
last time.
No,
Get
the
back on
judge
track.
Lamiroir.
turns and said, "Bailiff, bring me everyone."
Everyone?
Everyone!
It pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way. And yet I must. Yeah, you look so pained about about this.
God, I hate to sound like I'm ranting again, but this is another thing a lot of people bring up with Clavier. For a lot of the stuff that the game puts Clavier through, the man needs a lot more sprite animations for his face, or he needs to show his pain face a lot more. Because let's just say there's a lot of points in this game that you would think would test Clavier in ways that would really strain him heavily. In fact, they should strain him heavily, but he barely shows it. I don't know if that's the lack of sprite animations or the writing, but let's just say...
Also, hold on, because remember, the Lamiroir breakdown animation has her cloth that she's having in front of her mouth flopping on top of her head, covering her eyes, and there's a question mark forming as a result. Was that supposed to be foreshadowing?
My Tio, that's some good deduction you've got there.
Oh god.
I mean, it's subtle enough. I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. Here's the thing. Apparently she lost her sight in an accident. And that's the thing. Because of that accident, she has amnesia troubles in the head. Trust me, that's actually a big deal. And because of that, she doesn't remember who she was before she became Lamiroir. The word light has no meaning for Lamiroir.
I see.
What do you hope to accomplish?
Silly Jova, we don't want Clavier to show vulnerability. That might make him interesting.
The problem is that he actually does for a moment show that vulnerability, but, you know, I'm getting way ahead of myself with that.
Huh? What's that?
And his lack of showcasing vulnerability is what ultimately kills his character for me in the long run.
Yeah.
I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses.
Like, that's sort of
more about that later.
Like, see, here's the thing. Yes, he's supposed to be a nicer prosecutor, but they fell into the writing trap that because he's a nicer prosecutor, they kind of forget to give him stuff to develop on. Again, Edgeworth had to develop out of his mentality brought onto him by Von Karma's teaching. Franziska had to grow out of her mentality pretty much from her own upbringing. Godo had to learn how big his mistakes cost everyone by the time when it ended up getting, you know...
that he still hasn't learned anything.
I mean, okay, I could argue he has learned something, but that's the thing. Whether or not he learned something, he actually did end up having to pay for his transgressions.
Yes,
and he actually did. And at least by the end, you could tell that he was finally out of his stupid hatred of Phoenix by the end, to the point where he learned truly that he was the fool, not Phoenix. Like,
No, I'm a little lost here.
But that's the thing with Godo.
Again with the taglines.
That's the thing with Godo.
I think
sure,
we're all a
you
bit
can
lost
argue
here,
he's
yeah.
not the best person, but at the very least, Godo can say that he has developed as a character. Clavier...
Anyway,
Oh, God.
Lamiroir's eyes.
Lamiroir's eyes.
Also, folks, I apologize for talking over all that stuff. I normally don't get like this with Ace Attorney unless there's really a problem. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound.
Darkness.
My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this.
You will be known as the Radio Girl.
So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see.
And you didn't bother correcting him on it?
Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others.
Brilliant. Brilliant,
But
absolutely.
this is a murder trial.
So I take she uses contact lenses to fake the fact that her eyes are not supposed to be blind.
Yeah. I apologize, it was part of my contract, you see.
What an odd contract.
I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. You'd be...
How the hell do you do that?
Let's just say the music industry can get pretty messed up in the head with what contracts they'll put you
Oh, I
through.
know.
Music is everything for
Milli
me.
Vanilli, everyone.
I never imagined something like this would happen.
She told us the truth in the beginning.
Cue flashback.
That she was a good artist? No, that's all.
Oh, never mind.
When she said she saw nothing.
Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine.
Sure, why not?
That's all we've got.
Yeah.
But what is there left to ask?
If you let me ask, Trucy, and open your mouth.
Whoa, Apollo,
Open your
chill.
mouth, it's gonna be alright.
Sorry. There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me.
Oh, Apollo noticed something.
Look, Apollo, just think of a flowery bed. Think of ponies.
A flowery bed killed my parents.
A flowery pony.
Possibly.
A flower killed my parents.
Someday you'll come to understand our
I
foreheads.
mean, it's to be killed or be killed after all, anyway.
The importance of thinking for your... Fuck you. This guy's such an asshole. This guy's such an asshole. Remind me again why you like this guy. Like, seriously.
Pedro,
Well,
I said
I-
I hate everyone in this case.
I liked him until he concealed evidence, actual evidence.
Be aware, this court will not tolerate any questions stressful for the witness.
You know, if this were supposed to be a reveal that Clavier was truly a scumbag, that would actually be a nice twist. Here's the problem. That's not where the story's
isn't one.
going.
There's only one part that bothered me. Just let
At
me
least-
ask about that and I'll be happy.
At least when Edgeworth was an asshole, it was part of the redeeming arc, and even when he was an asshole, he was at least a fun asshole that had style. This guy's just boring.
That's exactly what it's like.
Ugh.
With Clavier, we're supposed to find him the nicer prosecutor, which just makes us all the more frustrating.
Yeah.
You know, I know people complain that Pokemon overuses the nice rival, but at least they're actually, you know, nice.
True, but at the same time, Dwibs, I kind of wish we could have
There was someone like
a
Silver at least.
Yes, I really like Silver, especially in the remakes. So I kind of wish we could get a rival like that for a change at this point, because we've had so many at this point.
The problem is, ever since N, everyone loved him, so we just stick to that, try copying that.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
But Teo, fighting with Pokemon is bad. Now allow me to the feature of the Pokemon battle, just to prove you
Well,
how wrong it is.
again, they're the bad guys. Of course they're gonna say that.
Whatever, we'll get to that.
I believe I know what is bothering our young visitor. You are thinking of when you discovered the body. Yes?
Don't you mean that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, is German words are so sporadic. They appear so
Is he right,
inconsistent.
Apollo?
Yes, alien. Yes, I was.
What?
Don't you see, Shiroi, the big plot twist of this game is that Trucy unzips, and turns out it was a cow all along.
Okay, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Honestly, that
well.
would be less nonsensical than a lot of what's come out of this.
Oh, Jovi, you just got back in time for us
For
to recap an earlier
The
part
same
again.
flashback again.
Jova, I figured it out, Jova. You see,
I'm so tired of this flashback, please stop
I'm
reminding
well,
me of
okay,
that.
we've seen this.
Oh, guys. This flashback is easy compared to when they're gonna start repeating
No.
a certain other thing.
Guys, this is my headcanon. In truth, this is actually repeating. We're reviving the corpse just to let him say those same words.
It's that thing in Torchwood where they revived the corpse for only like a few minutes.
Jova,
Remind
Jova,
me again, who is the witness?
Jova, I figured it out, Jova. What's the big plot twist, Jova, is that aside from Emma, everybody's going to unzip themselves, and they were all cows all along. They were not actually the real characters.
Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you.
Da-da-da.
Huh?
Don't look so surprised. Why would he do that? Surely you can see. Oh wait, you can.
I'm still waiting for Ace Attorney to finally do that joke where one of the attorneys bangs on the desk and the desk breaks.
He knew
There's
you
a
were
very
blind.
funny fan art picture that actually does do that, showing that basically his attorneys have been pounding that desk from past with Mia to present Phoenix, and then the future of Apollo finally gives up and breaks.
He's clicking his
I
fingers.
wonder what these
What did I just
desks
say?
are. I wonder what these desks are actually made of. You know, considering
But,
they know that they're going to do this. So what are they actually made of?
But Herr Dwibs, clicking my fingers is just one of my only character traits.
I mean, they look like wooden desks, but I'm willing to bet that they're not.
There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said.
Wanna bet?
Well, you weren't even there. What,
Think
besides,
of his last words once more.
besides, didn't you say that? Didn't you say that? Well, we know Apollo could be lying or something. The witness, siren.
Yeah, you didn't say much more than that.
You've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense.
It's the primary problem. It's exactly like you were saying, Jova. He was acting like an asshole before, and yet they still want to portray him in a positive light. You can't do that, writers. You can't have both ways.
And the sad thing is, like,
I
there's
mean what
actually
I
a
said
later
before
plot
that.
point in this game that actually would have given a very good reason for him to be acting like this, but they don't take that opportunity. That's one of the few problems I do have with the second half of this case.
Dak!
That's right. He tried to tell you.
Uh-oh.
When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself.
Oh.
He was talking about the witness.
Again,
So
this
the
is-
only major witness to the crime is a
see.
blind person.
Again,
Am I cool now? Please tell me I'm cool.
again, this feels like some deductions that the defense attorney would have made in trying
but
to
the
solve who
defense
the
did
killer
not.
is.
Air forehead? Try relaxing and looking at the facts first.
Oh,
next
fuck.
time.
Enough of the C pods. That's Shiwa's
Yeah,
job.
Hey,
Yeah,
loser.
that's my bit, alright? Fuck off, Blondie. I mean, I know I'm blonde myself, but, you know, whatever.
Order!
All the more reason to call him out, then.
True.
Priest.
Recall Lamiroir's earlier testimony.
Or have you lost sight of the truth, Apollo?
Corner.
Yes,
I was
I-
on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
Aye. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots.
I'm blind, not deaf.
Yeah.
Also, gunshots are very, very loud.
I thought we proved that.
But gents, that was back when we were thinking that she wasn't blind.
That is not the most important thing here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know you.
The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window.
Ah.
Why else would he have named her as the witness?
Huh.
Huh?
Yeah,
Am
do
I
not open Lamiroir.
am I cool now?
Ah,
But I really did hear them.
shut up, you bat.
I'm actually trying to help here. 2 gunshots and the man's voice.
How can we even trust you? You can't even see.
Because I can hear.
Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed.
So
Okay.
what? I'm
Oh,
sure
God.
you can hear a gunshot through a window.
Yeah, that's the question. Was the room soundproof?
That's
We have
actually
We
a
don't
good
know.
a
question.
simulation, of course.
Oh,
don't
here
know.
we go. They ran a simulation. Okay, let's have
Oh,
a
yeah,
listen.
you
What the hell do you think you are, Alfred Layton? Like,
But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant.
That will actually make a lot of sense. A forced, cool demeanor even in the most stressful situations. Hmm.
You're on. Oh, Pedro, you do this one.
Your Honor!
What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here?
Yeah, don't interrupt, bailiff. We have the results back for the investigation.
How convenient timing.
Yeah, I got my gimmick for the
Investigation?
bailiff. My gimmick for the bailiff is this. Hold on.
He's over dramatic.
Yeah. Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left.
Alright, what does that mean? What does that mean?
It means fuck you.
Read your Ovaltine.
Ugh.
Son of a bitch.
Well, let's hear it.
Hmm. Don't make me actually do something, Herr Judge.
We will continue this cross-examination after.
Okay.
Detective Crescent, your report, please.
Crescendo is in this game?
No. Hey, Shark Boy. I asked Interpol about that number.
They told me to piss off.
I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing.
Just tell us.
Are you sure you want to know too?
I mean, at this point, what else can go wrong?
Quick work as always, Darian.
You know, Tia, you said that during the crossover when we were in the middle of the stupid plot twist. Don't get me wrong,
Well,
I'm
tell us about the
optimistic,
number.
but never underestimate the depth.
I'm sorry, what else can be there at this point but can...
Is the defendant a secret agent?
Okay, to your credit, yeah, I believe the worst has passed. IPXX 314206.
We already know
Yes.
that. Elaborate, please.
The agent registered under the number was Romain
Yep,
Latouche.
called it.
So there we go.
Dun,
Like I said, he was an Interpol agent.
But that's the thing, he wrote his own code?
For what purpose?
Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself.
Well, he was there for a reason. It could be the key to the information that we need for why he was there and what he was investigating.
Hold on, maybe he wanted to assassinate someone and the actual criminal stopped him.
So you think the victim was actually trying to kill someone, but the criminal stopped him?
I mean, going
So when
on
he wrote
with
those
that hand
letters-
cannon.
Interesting deduction. He was trying to tell us his own identity.
You think he'd have his card on him, though, wouldn't you?
No, if he's undercover,
No.
that would be very dangerous
actually,
information to have at
actually,
hand.
that would've-
And a
that would've
cautious
fucking-
killer tried to wipe them away.
Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent?
We know.
Maybe she has more to say. There's 3 dots there.
My god, Trucy.
Yeah. So, him being Lamiroir's manager,
And
Go on.
that could mean he was investigating.
Lamiroir.
That depends. How long has he been? Did they say how long he's been her manager?
I think he himself
well,
said
it's just a
he's been-
cover, most likely.
but I
Sorry,
don't
Tia?
remember. I
Oh.
think he said it, but I don't remember.
He was both her manager and her bodyguard. But apparently,
well,
But
they
what I
gave
mean
a
is
reason.
how long for, if he ever said.
I think they say it's been for a few months, either that or it's
Hold
from
on.
the start.
Well, out of it.
Because I have different theories depending on the answer to that. Yeah.
It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon.
It wasn't
Alright.
45 caliber at all, it was 90.
Apparently, it belonged to Romain Latouche.
Well, we knew that.
No, the gun actually was his.
Yeah, we knew that. It was his ordinary that was used by the killer.
He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms.
Oh wait, we're not supposed to.
Actually,
What is
Tio, we didn't know the weapon was his beforehand.
That was pretty obvious. A big guy needs a big weapon.
You'd be surprised. Sometimes they like to pull twists on that.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense.
Also, Tio, let's think about it. Someone who's supposed to just be a manager / bodyguard with a gun like that, definitely suspicious.
It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver.
Compensating something.
Your Pedro's fingers are gonna break for clicking. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover.
This gets deeper.
Whoa.
I wonder how that ties into everything. Shut up.
It's got to tie in somehow.
I
You'd
was
think.
thinking that!
We need something.
My god.
He wouldn't have left the number if it didn't tie into anything.
Yeah, somehow. Again, juicy, unless you have insight. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Christian. It's a great help. Certainly more help than the defense's co-counsel.
And that's why I'm the best character in this case. Yeah, no problem at all, Your Honor.
If I had my way, co-counsel
I'll be heading out.
on a date.
Thanks, Josuke.
Hold it!
Oh,
Oh,
Wait!
how many witnesses are on the...
At least
Lamiroir,
three,
something about
including Emma.
It's actually multiple benches too. It's just that they all look the same. So
Wait.
I remember awkward
That
zombie
voice
talking
just
about
now.
that.
Is she? Wait a minute. Stop. She's apparently the blind one.
Darian?
Yes, she is the blind one.
Then how did she needed to be led by Machi, supposedly? She just basically bombarded up to the witness stand unaided. I'm just gonna leave that there.
It was him. I'm sure of it.
Shiori, how dare you bring your logic into this? Get out of here. It was him?
Turns out the voice she heard was Darian's. You aren't saying...
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, he has a new sprite.
That voice I
Actually, I
heard
saw that before, but yeah.
talking to
We haven't
Mr.
seen it often, but
Latouche.
yeah, it's been there before.
You know, that's the thing, actually. We've seen his nervous sprite lesser than any other prosecutor, I think. It was him! It was Mr. Darian!
Dun dun dun.
Oh.
There, you wanted your suspect?
Is this some kind of a joke? That's even bringing a new sprite for me.
Okay. This is one thing I like about the second half of this case a lot better, because Clavier finally, and I mean finally, no way, gets some comeuppance. Of course, that's for the second half of this case. The first half still sucks.
The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily.
You know, we really need to start having these trials without audiences.
I'd never seen that happen before.
You were not around during Rise from the Ashes, I see.
Of
No.
course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one.
I know, right? That accusation
Especially
came right out
one
of the blue.
for the good friend prosecutor.
Lamiroir fingering Darian Crescend. Not that way. Not only is he a guitar, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lamiroir heard?
Come... maybe. Or maybe Lamiroir's just playing him?
Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it.
Don't
Now, if
worry,
you'll excuse
Apollo.
me,
You'll get
I have
better
to-
in the second half of the case.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to go extract the alien from...
Hey, no one thing out now, Apollo.
Shut up! Anyway, while Apollo
Did Trucy
calms
just
down...
pop into, like, Apollo's conscience just then?
So,
Yes, he did.
while Apollo calms down and while Trucy gets that alien extracted from her brain, we'll join us at part 31, where we start day 2 of the investigation of Turnabout Serenade, which thankfully starts off something better.
It's like I said, the second half, especially when we get to the courtroom, is much more cathartic, considering how we finally get to stick it to Clavier. And again, my only issues are how the case is going to end, not in a sense that it ruins everything, but kind of I would have preferred a different outcome. And also, again, an issue with Clavier as a character.
Alright, see you everybody.
See ya.
See you then.
See ya.
Yeah, the worst is definitely over now, thank Christ.
Well, that was a bit less painful.